All right, last team we want to talk about here is the sad 49ers. Is this season over? Do they have a chance still? Because half the team was out with injuries this last week, and they got blown out by the Packers. It's not looking too great for them. Apparently, Purdy's healthy all of a sudden now. CMC's there, Debo's there. Dre Greenlaw is supposedly opening his practice window. I know they're one game back on the division, but they got a tough schedule moving forward. Like, can they get in the playoffs still?
I don't know. I just think it's weird that now all of a sudden the day after the game, Kyle Shanahan's like, "Oh yeah, Brock Purdy throwing 100%, no pain." What are we doing? Like, is that is Shanahan tanking or what the heck? Is it just because, hey, you know what? The offensive line was banged up. We didn't want to put Brock in that position. So, but at the same time, like, you got to give your team the best chance to win. I don't get the decision on that. If he's 100% healthy today on Monday, he should have been ready to go on Sunday.
Yeah, and I think they knew going into this game they were going to lose. Like, they sat everyone, and Debo looked terrible. He's getting a brunt of the criticism this week. And I think Kyle needs to regroup and figure out what his offense even is anymore, because he doesn't spread the ball through everyone. It seems like he has a game plan, and it's like, well, we're going to use this one person today. And he
Yeah.
doesn't use Kittle until Kittle's like the last option. When Kittle is probably the best tight end in the league, and you just don't use him consistently in the pass game until you're desperate. I don't know what Kyle thinks. Like, I think he definitely needs to have his ego checked a little bit, where he's like, oh well, I'm just gonna do this and we'll score, and it doesn't work. He's getting out coached. That's at the end of the day.
Yeah, 100% he is. And I think that you're seeing some discourse online that, like, okay, well, Kyle Shanahan should be on the hot seat. I don't think that, but I also think like he deserves to be criticized. I think that people should hold him to the fire and be like, hey, you need to answer for these things because like what we're seeing right now is a team that is just, you know, underwhelming and underachieving. So what can you do to fix it, Kyle? And I think right now, like Kyle needs to really dig into the leaders of his locker room and be like, "Hey, I need more from you guys." Debo, you cannot get into Jake Moody's face and the long snapper's face and say that they need to lock in and then turn around and drop passes and not do shit on the field. Like, what are we doing here? I think that I don't want to say the season's done because they're so close to being in contention, but it feels like it's so far away at the same time. I think the season might be done.
I mean, I feel pretty content with them punting on this season and being like, well, let's regroup. This honestly kind of works out where you can pay Brock a smaller contract potentially, get another receiver in here to help out, spread the talent on there. They need to I feel like even John Lynch and Kyle both need to regroup and figure out what's their identity going to be, what's the scheme, what's everything that they're going to be working towards. Because the patchwork D line, other than Bosa, is not working. Invest in a invest in a pass rusher opposite Bosa. That's where we're at our best. The secondary, we have a lot of young guys. Like, they're going to pick it up, but stop doing this. Oh, let's try to pick up 10 veterans and see who hits. Like, just invest in some guys who are going to work, and the offensive line is awful. They need
Oh,
to
it's so bad.
draft someone or something. Like, yeah, they have a lot of money in this, like, certain skill positions and everything, but they need to, redistribute into some other areas.
And at the same time, Trent Williams is not getting any younger. Like, eventually, he is going to retire. Like, it's going to happen any year now. People were thinking it could have been this offseason. So, like, that is going to be a conversation moving forward. If Trent Williams retires, that is a huge gap just left there on the offensive line, and there is no one there to fill it.
Yeah, the Niners' remaining schedule, they have the Bills, Bears, Rams, Dolphins, Lions, Cardinals. I don't know how many of these games they win. I think they could beat the Bears, Rams, Dolphins could be a toss up for me, and then Cardinals is a toss up. So I would say Bills, Lions. That's two losses right off the bat. Is that enough to win them the division? Maybe. Was that four
I don't
more
think
wins?
so. I
Nine
mean,
back in eight.
this team has already lost to every team in the division. So it's like
Yeah, you
you're really
can't like
playing from behind. You've put yourself in a huge hole.
you can't chalk up, "Oh yeah, Rams they'll beat them, Cardinals they'll beat them," because they've already lost to these teams. And
Mhm.
I mean the Bears are a weird team too, where like they can sneak a win here and there. Like I think they have a win on their season left, and it's like, is it going to be the Niners week? You know?
Yeah. I mean, they beat the Niners last year with Justin Fields.
Yeah. So and Dolphins, they 1 week they're hot, 1 week they're not. I don't know what to expect from them. Bills should beat this Niners team, especially right now. It's it feels like they've been like, oh well, we're fine. We're gonna win enough games at the end to make it to the dance. Feels like there's everyone got dates to the dance and sitting alone in the car right now.
Yeah. I just don't know offensively how you're gonna pick patchwork this offensive line to make sure that they're protecting Brock Purdy, and if they even want to like protect Brock Purdy, if they just want to sit him the rest of the year, which I don't know. It's just weird that all of a sudden he's okay to throw, and it's the day after the game.
All right. Well, that's all we have for the NFL this week. Please subscribe. Let us know your comments on your favorite team this season, and we'll see you next time.
Later.